Hi. Not that we even wanted to, but we can finally identify with other generations before us that had to endure really hard times. Until now, our greatest national threat was boredom. I remember stories about the Depression and World War II, yet even before those world events, there was the First World War, and just before that, the Spanish flu. My grandma Orban was born in 1900. By the time she was 46, she had lived through 4 catastrophic world events. Now, COVID-19 is no laughing matter. Yet you think about those past years and compare those to our last 3 months, it makes you think that we'll probably get through this. Imagine those long years and the joblessness and the poor pay. Men standing in line all day only to return to their families in the evening without a job or with very little, and then no prospects for the day ahead. Now, the point of this message is to introduce you to someone I've really come to enjoy, Edgar Guest. Without going into his biography, Mr. Guest was a syndicated writer of poems during all of those terrible years of the 1900s. His poems were read in daily papers, he had a radio program, and people looked forward to them. They were a daily dose of inspiration. He was called the people's poet. When you read what he wrote, you might be amazed to see that he was called a poet and is actually a part of the Academy of American Poets. But often what wins the day is the heart, not the skill, and what leaves its mark is not the talent, but the intent. Edgar Guest served a nation and its people by lifting their hearts and giving them hope. I inherited 2 of his books when I married Beth Udarian. Her dad came to Christ on the field during the Second World War, and these were his books. They weren't the Bible, but I'm sure the poems gave Roger some inspiration and an occasional smile during some very bleak years. So while you enjoy hunkering at home, I thought I would share a couple of his poems that probably helped many people through some very hard days. Edgar Guest, Strength. Be grateful in the morning for the day that lies before. Be grateful in the evening that you still have strength in store. What if you come a failure home? There's rest when you get in, and those who keep their faith in you believe you're going to win. The coward wears his failures long and lets them weigh him down, and so with sullen eyes he goes forever through the town. He thinks the gods have picked him out as one to trample low, and he's a beaten man before his rival strikes a blow. Be grateful for the dawning day and all that it may bring. Don't carry yesterday's about like buttons on a string. Press forward to the field once more. One victory's all you need. You'll laugh at failures you have had the minute you succeed. The fighting heart may someday win, the quitter never can. There's many a battle turns upon the spirit of a man, and who begins his day with faith, despite his failures past, may see the tide of victory turn and roll his way at last. And then for all you high-powered moms and dads who are now trapped at home and are forced to enjoy their kids, Edgar Guest, Growing Down. Time was, I thought, of growing up, but that was ere the babies came. I dream and plan to be a man and win my share of wealth and fame. For age held all the splendors then, and wisdom seemed life's brightest crown for mortal brow. It's different now. Each evening finds me growing down. I'm not so keen for growing up to wrinkled cheek and heavy tongue and sluggish blood. With little Bud, I long to be a comrade young. His sports are joys I want to share. His games are games I want to play. And old man Grimm's no chum for him. And so I'm growing down today. I'm back to marbles and to tops, to flying kites and one old cat. Fan acres! Now I loudly cry. I also take my turn at bat. I've had my fling at growing up and want no old man's fair renown. To be a boy is finer joy. And so I've started growing down. Once more, I'm learning games I knew when I was 4 or 5 or 6. I'm going back along life's track to find the same old-fashioned tricks. And happy are the hours we spend together without sigh or frown. To be a boy is age's joy. And so to him, I'm growing down. Hope you enjoyed these. Stay strong. We're going to be out of this soon. Maranatha.